What's up, y'all? I've got some awesome buffs for Slurpuff. As I kind of alluded to in the Aromatisse video, Slurpuff now has the incredible ability in Fluffy as a pure fairy type with 82, 86, 115 bulk. I feel like the special defense fits to be higher than the defense. That's really the only stat that fits to be like high on Slurpuff, in my opinion. The rest of them should be relatively low, but not actually low when you consider how the abilities function, all that stuff. But before I get into how great Fluffy is, I want to quickly just say for Unburden purposes that Unburden on all Pokemon that get it is much better now, because Quick Claw has been modified to always trigger, and it's now a consumable item. Therefore, Quick Claw plus literally any move in the entire game will trigger Unburden and give you priority on that move for that turn. So, for example, Quick Claw plus Unburden plus Nasty Plot, Swords Dance, Calm Mind, or Bulk Up. Those are the best options right there. You don't even need Belly Drum anymore. You can just click a Nasty Plot, get +2 special attack, +2 speed, or +1 special attack, +1 speed F, +2 speed, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. That's beautiful. Special sets with Draining Kiss plus Unburden are great. You also have other really cool things you can do with Unburden. I forgot to give Belch. Shit. I was going to mention Belch, but I forgot it. I will quickly add that in after the video. Let me just... I'll have it after the video, okay? Belch will be there. I'll find a spot for it. Belch is there. Belch is great. That gives you +1 special attack now. So you can use that, consume a berry, you get +2 speed, and then you can spam Belch. A little bit situational, but it's kind of fun. And then all kinds of other things. You can use it with even just an attacking move. You can literally just click and attack. You can just click and attack with Unburden and get that with the Quick Claw and get that double speed. So that makes Unburden significantly better. And you always have to keep in mind that in this ROM hack, you have infinite use ability capsules. So I've balanced every Pokemon to have 2 abilities that you can switch between depending on the situation, depending on the boss fight that's coming up. So obviously Fluffy, like you might be looking at that like, okay, that's a much better ability. But there's a lot of cases you have 5 other Pokemon. It's not just Slurpuff, right? So there's a lot of cases where you don't need your Slurpuff to take a physical hit, or Unburden, the speed boost that it'll give you is better. Keep in mind that sweeping is a lot harder. Slurpuff no longer resists bug either, so it is neutral to first impression and all this other stuff, so you can't run like an Unburden bulk up set and just sweep as easily with first impression flying around. Not to mention there is priority phasing moves and a bunch of other stuff, but setup is still great. Do not get it wrong. It's still great. You can still use Unburden Berry plus Fairy Blow. Fairy Blow is a priority move, Fairy type physical priority, and then you of course have Hoodwink and Play Rough and Kerfuffle for physical Fairy Stab. Play Rough being Recoil, Kerfuffle being like Outrage, and then Hoodwink being essentially Fairy type Iron Head. So you have great physical stab options there, great special stab options, great coverage on both the physical and special sides. I opted to give them a couple of kind of weird moves like Liquidation and some other stuff like that, just because I feel like it fits their vibe. You know, they already learned Surf and they're like this candy dessert type Pokemon. I thought it was kind of cool. Sticky Webs are still great in game. I gave it so around the time you'll be getting to the second Guzma fight, and then you'll have a bunch of boss fights coming up in that range. You'll have Nanu, Gladion, and the entirety of Aether Foundation. So Sticky Webs are great. You know, you got Cotton Guard Unburden, you've got Amnesia Unburden, you've got Stockpile, you've got Yawn. You know, it's a great utility Pokemon too. It doesn't have to just be Unburden Machine like it used to. It can do a lot of great different things now, like every other Pokemon. 80, 90 offenses are respectable, especially with the high base power moves and the good coverage that you can cycle between with those TM moves, TMs and tutor moves rather. And you have great utility even level up as well. You have Reliable Recovery and Slack Off and Wish. You have stuff like Sweet Scent, which drops special attack and special defense. You have Charm. You know, it's got really great tools. And Fluffy, I can't understate how great that is. You do have to keep in mind that it only works on contact moves, so stuff like Gunk Shot and Icicle Crash and these other powerful non-contact, you know, Earthquake. These powerful non-contact physical moves will still, you know, hit through your Fluffy, and your defense without Fluffy is not too great. But with 0 defense investment, with Fluffy active on contact moves, you do get an incredibly high defense stat, even higher than Aromatisse's with Fur Coat. You also have slightly more HP, but mostly that big defense difference, 86 versus 72. So your defense is huge with Fluffy. So you're kind of trading that massive bulk for, you know, the fact that you are weak to fire, especially special fire type moves will deal a lot more damage, and then physical fire type moves are essentially as if you didn't have Fluffy at all, or at least the contact ones, which I'm pretty sure all the physical fire moves are contact now anyways, besides Burning Barrage. Burning Barrage is not contact, but that's not a very common move. Yeah, it's super sick, all right? Great Pokemon, great utility, great offense. Despite the mediocre looking stats, they might look mediocre, but trust me, it's great. You do have access to infinite and instant EV training items as well, so you can easily just tack around your EV spreads and optimize them for specific fights. You can speed creep things, so at 72 base speed with a neutral speed nature, and 0 speed IVs, say you got unlucky and got 0 speed IVs. I'll even do it with a minus speed nature just for like the worst case scenario. Actually, I'll do neutral first. So neutral, with, I don't know, 15 IVs, excuse me, you hit with 0 speed investment 328 speed. So with minimal investment, you can run like 50 EVs. Now you're at 352. Now you outspeed base 110 speed Pokemon with a plus speed nature and max EVs. So you can kind of just go accordingly. 100. Now you're outspeeding base 120s. To 150s. Now you're outspeeding pretty much everything. And yeah, so you're never going to need max speed EVs on Unburden, literally ever, which is awesome. In game, of course, all of these buffs and changes are balanced for in-game purposes, as always. So yeah, that's really nice to have. And then, of course, if you got really unlucky with a, what's the minus speed nature here? Quiet, and then 0. That's not unlucky, by the way. I wouldn't consider that unlucky at all. Not to mention you still have Fluffy there, which is great. But yeah, for Unburden purposes, with 0 IVs and a minus speed nature at max speed investment, you're still hitting 380 speed after an Unburden boost. So it's incredible. And again, that ease of having that disposable Quick Claw makes Unburden an incredible ability on any Pokemon I give it to. Much less difficult to pull off. And you can still do other stuff. You can do like Flare Cannon plus White Herb, or a Berry plus Spelch, which I will add. I'll actually just add that after the video, but I'll put it right here just so I don't forget. I don't know exactly what level it'll be, but I'll figure it out. Let me just... Come on, really? All right, I'm pretty sure I've covered everything anyways, so I'm just going to leave the video off here. Put that down so I don't forget. All right, I'll fix that after. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Like I said, great utility moves, great coverage on the physical and special side, as you can see here. All of these moves are buffed or changed, and as always, you can check out that, not that you can, you should check out that Google Sheet in the description below. You can look at all the super sick Pokemon buffs and changes in this hack, and most importantly, the 600 plus move buffs and changes. Those are laid out in very nice detail for you to see. I appreciate you for listening this far in. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. I'll be back for more Kalos Pokemon coming up. Peace, everyone.